And then they started putting restrictions. No pickle, no extra pickles. You can only choose one type of meat. You can only put one sauce. And then COVID hit, and now we're given mystery chicken sandwiches, and and like, and then I don't know if you guys know, but the food supply for our school is Aramark. Aramark primarily does prison food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually,
Yep.
That's fun.
Kind of funny.
our high school. Yeah, that's a little messed up.
Welcome to the 18th episode of the DMT show, everyone. Welcome back if you've already been here before. If you don't already know, though, my name is Jason. My name is Andy.
My name's Ashok.
And my name is Aryan, and today we've got another guest for you guys. Would you please go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Lauren Seltzer. I go to school with these guys. I'm a junior at Syosset High School.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so Lawrence, one of the things that's like very unique about you is your sport. It's not a very common one, so you want to like explain what you do?
Oh yeah, sure, totally. So I do fencing, which is basically modernized sword fighting. And as you guys might know, we have a fencing team here at Syosset, and I have to say it's been like such a cool experience. Fencing for the school, meeting a lot of people who are also passionate about it. But I also do fencing, outside of school. I do it on a national level, and hopefully soon, if COVID finally lets up, I'm going to start doing it on an international level.
Oh, damn.
Congratulations.
But, I've been doing it for, I think, 7 years now, and it has to be probably one of the most interesting sports that I've ever done, because the way it incorporates your physical aspects, your mental aspects, emotional aspects, everything is there, and you have to be in tune with yourself and everything, like in order to really perform and give it 100-200%.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
To my
Oh,
knowledge of fencing,
What was that called?
My bad.
okay. So to my knowledge of fencing, there's like 3 types, right? So there's foil, epee, and I forgot the other one, but
The last one is saber.
oh yeah, that one.
So
like-
I do foil.
Yeah.
So I do foil. And the differences between the three is saber is a slashing weapon, and you can only hit from the waist up. So that includes arms, head, and all of that. And then you have foil, which you can only hit basically the torso. Everything else is not considered a target. And the blade is a poking blade, and it's much lighter than the other two. The last one, epee, is a much heavier weapon. It's also a poking blade, but your entire body is a target. So they can hit you wherever, and it counts.
So,
But yeah, what was that?
I was just wondering, how do you like get into fencing? Like, how?
Oh yeah. Oh man. So before I did fencing, I basically did like a lot of sports. I did basketball, soccer, baseball. I did lacrosse at some point. I did swimming. I was on a swim team for like 2 years before I started fencing.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was like I started just like I did not find any of the sports like interesting enough. So my mom saw an ad in a like an Oyster Bay paper or something like that saying that they had a fencing program, and we went. But when we got there, it was like they didn't have a lot of equipment, but I thought it was so cool, being a 10-year-old, you're like, I get to use swords. Whoa.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
and I loved it so much from the first day that I was like, I want to do it again. But my mom obviously realized that the guy that was running the program didn't know what he was doing. So she contacted one of her friends on Facebook because she knew that her ex-husband owned a fencing club. So she told my mom where it was, and and we went and I tried out for a lesson. And at first I did epee so the coach gave me a private lesson. He said he should do epee because I was pretty tall for a 10-year-old, and I did that for around a year. But I ended up not doing that anymore because the coach that was doing it was kind of a nut job. Yeah, and I switched to foil. And foil, the great thing about foil is that it really challenges your brain. Like, because you have to figure out when is the right time for me to hit. When is the right time? Like, what movements should I do in that moment? The thing is with epee, it's very intense, but it's more so of a waiting game, like waiting for the opportunity to strike. But with foil, you can set everything you want. Like, you can set up everything you want to do. So, and obviously, when I was 10, the coach said didn't recommend me to do saber because I was pretty big. I was also pretty slow, and saber is very much a speed sport. So I ended up falling in love with foil, and to this day, yeah, I've been doing that.
All right.
There you go.
Is there a ranking system for fencing?
Yes. So the ranking system in fencing goes from U to E, D, C, B, A. I'm B rated. So, and U obviously stands for unrated.
Okay. That makes
And there's
sense.
also on a national level and regional level, like regional levels divided up on states, and then national is obviously another thing. And you go to competitions, and depending on your placing, you get points, and based on those points, you qualify for different events.
Yeah. All right. So let's move a little away from fencing now. Let's go, I guess, more into school a bit. So I know I've health with you, Lawrence. I think Jason has physics with you. Just overall, what's your thoughts on school? What's your favorite class, I guess?
So I would have to say that my favorite class would have to be System Drones, because Mr. Che and Mr. Hagen are both so funny, and they're both fantastic. Yeah. And the stuff that we do in that class is just amazing. I've flown a tiny foam plane in the yard of a elementary school for like 3 minutes, and it was and I can't wait. Like, they're showing us the planes that people are building for final projects, and I'm just like shaking with anticipation, looking at these huge planes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's exciting stuff. Actually, like just engineering.
Is that
a functional vehicle?
Yeah. Is that one of your Do you know yet what you want to be in the future? Is that engineering one of those things that interest you?
I think that I would have to say that medicine and sports medicine are definitely much more intriguing to me. I am part of the Syosset Pre-Med Society.
All right.
And I think that it kind of stems from my interest in fencing, just understanding how to treat different, physical ailments, like, old quads or something like that.
You have experience with that?
Oh yes, almost once a week. Almost once a week.
Man. Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Hey, but what do you like to do outside of school and fencing?
I like to read. I definitely like to read. Right now I'm still going through one of the best books of all time, Da Vinci Code.
Oh, okay.
Such a great book.
There's a movie off of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also like to play a little bit of video games. I have an Oculus Quest 2,
Ooh.
where I don't play a lot of games. I specifically just play Gorilla Tag.
I've
Where
heard
you
of this.
play,
I've heard of
where you
this.
play as just like a monkey with no legs. You can only move around with your arms. And I have to say, when I first got my Oculus, I was playing that game for like 2 days, and my shoulders were sore, unbelievably sore.
All right.
But yeah, I also like to play Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Okay.
Funny monkey
I know
game.
I'm familiar with that game.
Yeah, you
I don't
just
play it, but I just know what it is.
I see the comment, like just the monkeys. The monkeys are what interest
Yeah.
you.
Common theme.
One of the things I know about Oculus is like, is that also where Beat Saber is? Because like Beat Saber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
tried
from what
that?
I've heard, I've tried the demo, but from what I've heard, it's really not worth it unless you do like the paid for stuff.
Oh. Yeah.
Because there's like a campaign. Once you do the campaign, not a lot of stuff you can do.
Because you have to pay for like all the good songs,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's lame.
But there are free online versions, which I've tried, which are pretty cool.
All right.
No, you
you
haven't
know-
tried them, right? Allegedly, you've tried them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You said, like, there's free online versions that are cool, but we want to go away from the cool stuff. We want to ask for a hot take that you potentially have. So we
man.
want to spice things up in here. You know, why not?
Oh man,
Why not?
Add a little masala to it. Yeah.
Add a little tea to the mix. Actually, if anyone has a hot take, feel free to speak up. I gotta think, but Lauren, if you got one, please.
I think my hot take is I despise the school food. I despise it.
I've never gotten school lunch, not once in my life, because it just looks absolutely disgusting sometimes.
I haven't had school lunch in like a
The
year.
pizza, the pizza cheese is like just straight white, and I'm just like, nah, like
Dude,
it looks pretty bad.
Like they really, after COVID, they completely fell off. They used to be able to make sandwiches, like wraps and everything,
Yeah, I
and
remember
those were like so good. And then they started putting restrictions: no extra pickles. You can only choose one type of meat. You can only put one sauce. And then COVID hit, and now we're given mystery chicken sandwiches, and like I remember I walked in a week ago into the cafeteria to get myself food, and I could smell it like just from standing in the cafeteria doorway, and I was just like, Jesus. And then I don't know if you guys know, but the food supplier for our school is Aramark. Aramark primarily does prison food.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait. Actually,
Yep.
That's fun.
kind of funny. That's a little,
Our high school-
Yeah.
yeah, that's a little messed up.
But I have to say the best thing that our school has are probably the salads and the bagels. Anything other than that, I would not recommend ever
It's like
ingesting or
plain
digesting.
food. Yeah, the two
Wait,
most
don't they
basic-
buy the salads and stuff from outside? Because there's no way they like.
No, I think they actually the ingredients that they give them, and then they make the salads themselves. I honestly
Oh,
don't know,
really?
but that's what I think they do.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else have
Actually,
a hot
like
take?
for me, elementary school lunch was like so much better than high school and
Oh,
middle.
yeah.
That's because it was literally from restaurants. So
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
from Michelle Obama.
I remember, like, on Fridays, I would get jealous of the people who had, like, lunch tickets, because I always got food from home, and they would get, like, 2 slices of pizza. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I want pizza. So
Yeah,
jealous.
we got like Leah's Pizza or something. And then sometimes we got like Moe's or On the Border on like special days, and it was
Dude.
so good.
Dude.
Yeah. I wish, dude. I
But-
wish the still existed.
Now it's gone.
Good school food.
yeah. Even middle school food wasn't bad. They had the whole dessert stuff and everything.
Yeah.
The froyo.
We had, like, snack tickets where we could get ice cream.
Yeah, froyo,
Yeah.
pretzels, all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone else have any hot takes that maybe they wanna?
Okay,
I don't
so
think
this is
butter is
like,
good. Oh, shit, you guys got hot take.
wait, is that what you said, Jason? You said peanut butter is
Peanut
good.
butter is good. That's my hot
Yeah.
take.
I'm gonna
I
have to.
agree.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter-
Peanut butter is good.
Not it at all.
So
Peanut
good.
butter.
I can't say peanut butter is the best. It's not the best, but it's good.
Oh, definitely, it's far from the
It is
best.
good.
But
All right, I want to bring a different ingredient. But what do you put on your bagels, Lawrence? Is it cream cheese or butter?
Who puts butter in their bagels?
Okay, good.
Thank you. All right,
What?
that's just one thing I needed
The
to.
previous guest that we've had on the show, dude, and it's a blasphemous.
Yeah, yeah.
Cream cheese all the way, by the way.
Of course.
No. Alright, but look,
Yeah,
I actually have
obviously.
a.
I also like to have my bagels with cream cheese and a little bit of smoked salmon.
Oh,
It's
You
a
know,
spot in the morning.
I understand
Fancy.
that. I understand that. Yeah,
It's a
Yeah,
spot
I-
in the morning.
definitely guess that is vegetarian.
Arian loves smoked salmon.
yeah, yeah. Andy, you were saying though?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, well, to actually have time this back to fencing a little bit. So, obviously, like you said, you're probably from what I heard you say, you're like ranked pretty high on the announcements. I always hear your name whenever they mention the fencing team.
Yeah,
So-
dude, for real.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the most important aspect of fencing? Both. I guess you could either pick one or two. You could say either mental or physical, or I guess both if you want to.
Shoot. Oh wow. That's actually a pretty difficult thing to answer because like physically strong, like physically fast, and then you'll lose to someone who's smarter than you but slower than you. But you could also be strong and fast and smart. But if you lose your cool way too easily, and you're going someone who's able to be patient, who's able to like maintain consistency and everything, you can also lose. It's really like case to case. But for me, the most important thing is being able to come up with strategies on the spot. So for me, that's like being, witty and like thinking of something on the spot rather than acting on impulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tactical.
Yeah. All right. So one of the other things we wanted to talk a little bit about, it's a little bit more on the serious side, but we talk about it a lot in health class, and it's just like the mental health crisis that our high school is facing these days. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I always hear like you're always getting involved in the discussions, and it's just one of the things that like we all have to deal with. So I don't know, just your opinions generally on it. Like maybe like what are the solutions? What's wrong? If you could change something in our high school, like what would that be?
I think that one really big thing, it's something that Jim Carrey said, when you're depressed, you need deep rest. And like one big thing that a lot of PSYOPs students don't have is that time to sleep. Now, I don't want to be a little bit mean, but if we look at Jericho, right? They wake up at 8 to go to school.
Yeah, I know. I know some people from Jericho.
I wake up at 6 in the morning. I can
Yeah.
barely get out of bed, and I'm staying up like until 10:30, 11 usually doing homework because I get home from fencing so late. Because
Oh, yeah,
my
that's
practices are starting at 5 and then ending at around 7 on most weekdays, and then on Thursdays they're starting at 6:30, ending at 8:30, or 6 to 8
man.
also. So I don't have a lot of time to do that. It's hard to balance that. So I think what they should do is they have to help us out somehow.
But I guess that's true for some people, but I think what a lot of people think is that if you push back the school times, then people will push back their sleep. So like you said, you're sleeping at like 10:30, 11, then now you'll sleep at 11:30, 12 instead because you
think,
push everything
but-
back, so nothing would change. But I see what you're doing. So they could
Yeah, but I
help a
feel
lot
like
of people.
If people do that, then it's more like their fault, quote unquote. Like you could be taking advantage of the delayed time, but it's like you're really choosing not to, so it's kind of your fault. I feel like it's not really like fault of the.
And if
school or
they
whatever.
if they want to kind of combat that issue, what they can do is they can shorten the periods, because I
Yeah.
remember when they had like shortened the periods by like 2 minutes or 1 minute.
It was 1 minute.
Not 2 minutes. Like 1 minute, 2 minutes. Like the day went by that much faster,
Yeah, it's actually
and
insane.
it really like if you're gonna move it forward maybe an hour, so we don't wake up at 6, we wake up at 7. You can probably shorten the periods by a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much of a difference.
Anything helps.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's time we move into our final set of questions, which is of course our quick fire questions. So first question we got for you, we talked about it a little earlier. What is your favorite video game of all time? Out of every one you've played, which one would you pick to be your favorite?
Oh man, I used to play this game in 8th, ninth grade, Horizon Zero Dawn on the PS4. It was
No
like
clue.
visually stunning game, like amazing gameplay. Yeah,
Is
and
that a
I've
car
played
game?
it like no, it's
No, no, that's different.
it's an
Oh.
open world like post-apocalyptic, like robot animals stuff. It's hard to explain without spending too much time on it, but it's just a visually stunning.
All right.
Yeah.
We got the internationally, worldwide, intergalactically known, renowned. Would you rather question? Would you?
Oh,
would
I've heard
you
of this
rather
one. I've heard of this one.
Have infinite money and infinite friends, or no money and no friends?
You gotta think about it.
Okay.
One thing you gotta do is just think
This,
about it.
this is another
so-
one of the really deep questions.
If I have infinite money, do I have infinite friends because I have infinite money?
Oh, that's what you're saying.
No,
No,
you just have
infinite
both.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
have
have
both.
I think I would have to go with zero friends, zero money. Because I
All
feel
right.
like if I had a million like infinite friends and infinite money, I would just get bored really fast.
No, but
mean,
then you could
that's
fence
kinda-
your entire
You know,
life.
like I'm hanging with I'm not obviously gonna hang with all infinite of my friends. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna pick like 4 or 5 and like do stuff with them. I won't get bored of them. But I feel like if I'm at zero money, zero friends, I could obviously build up from zero and build up from $0 and build up from zero friends.
That's an interesting way to think
Having-
about it. Yeah, because like
Having so much makes all of it meaningless.
Yeah. I
yeah,
get you. Yeah.
definitely. I think
Yeah,
you're the
that's-
second
that's
person. The second person to
The
say
second
that.
ever person.
Yeah. All right. All right.
First one being Ari.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
He finally has one friend. You're building up right now.
Yeah. Now I don't have zero friends. Our last quick fire question is: do you have any questions that you would like to ask us?
Oh man. Ooh.
Anything.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
While we wait,
Sure. I still need a second to
apple
think.
juice is trash.
No.
Apple juice is
Apple
so
juice?
good.
Can somebody
Apple juice
kick a
is
show
not-
from the call?
We could, yeah.
I can't.
I-
wait.
apple
This is not,
Unbelievable.
but it's far from bad. It's far from Yeah. bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far from bad.
Because like
I think
one time
apple
in
juice
first
is
grade,
way
I
better
remember
than
there was like
orange
I'm fine with orange juice, but like
juice. No.
one time in
no, that's
first grade or something, there was like a Thanksgiving party in the school, and they were giving out apple juice and like no water.
Well,
And then
If you're gonna give the school apple juice, of course it's gonna be bad. That's probably like not
Yeah.
apples.
it's
No, they
it's
just
literally
bought
like
it.
prison food. So
no, they bought it from it was like
Literally.
elementary school. So, like they bought it from a store and then they poured it, right? So it's just normal apple juice. And then it was so bad. I just like forced myself to drink it or else I would die of dehydration. And ever since then, I've had apple juice once in like middle school, and I still hated it. And I never had it since.
I think
My
Ashok just
goodness.
has apple juice PTSD. So
Yeah.
I like apples. That's like the thing. I don't know why. Just apple juice.
you just gotta get like the good apple juice that comes in like
Yeah,
the
you
glass
gotta get, like-
container shaped like an apple.
That sounds odd.
Yeah. all right. Let's bring it back.
Out of elementary, middle, and high school, which of those has to be like your favorite? Like, which one has your favorite experience, and what was your favorite experience?
High school, easy.
Actually, well, let's go one by
I
one.
just-
Alright, we'll go alphabetical first thing. So Aaron, you start.
Nah, Ashok has one. I'm still thinking. So
No, I have to
Okay,
think my
so you
moment.
go.
But I just know high school because I remember elementary school. I feel like you're too dumb to know anything. So there's that. There was also reading logs and screw reading logs. So that's like one. That was a big factor. Middle
Mhm.
school, it's just like I don't know. You're just developing, and like I feel like everybody hates middle school, and it's just like so forgettable. Like I'm trying to think
Middle
of
was not that
like
bad.
some things. But it's just like there's no like standout moments.
Yeah,
No, just
yeah,
like-
I guess. For
At
me,
high school, I got like okay, go ahead.
okay, no, okay, let you finish. Okay. For me, I would have to say high school also, just because, like you said, elementary school is like it's just whatever. It's just you're a little kid. You just kind of just learning basic things. Middle school, like you're kind of starting to become like a teenager, starting to like learn stuff. But at the end of the day, middle school isn't really a whole lot. But for me, high school is just, you're at your point in your life, you're at your most mature point. You know who your friends are because like in elementary school, everybody's your friend. In middle school, you don't even know who your friends are. You're still like learning. But high school, you reach a point where you understand who people are, what they mean to you. You start to learn things that you want to learn because you have some sort of freedom. And I feel like for a lot of people, I can't speak for everyone, of course, but high school is just that kind of point of just freedom, maturity, and it's just been my favorite so far. Yeah.
So
I was gonna say
wise.
high school also, because I don't know, yeah, most mature I've ever been, most the smartest I've ever been, most good looking I've ever been. So there's a lot of pluses that come with I mean that doesn't go that way for everyone, but yeah, it's just good things came along with just growing up in high school. So I feel like I'm getting more social as high school going on too. So yeah.
I have one thing to say.
overall.
It'd be kind of weird if somebody called you good looking when you weren't in high school. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright, you go.
Yeah, okay, sure. Me being the complete, the one who always has a different opinion, I wouldn't
The
say high
bozo?
school. Okay, yeah, the bozo. Me being the bozo. The one reason I just hate the masks so much, I just can't say high school for that reason. If COVID wasn't there, I would probably say high school. But
I think saying just because of masks.
I think I would have to
just all of the things from COVID. Masks probably being on the top of that list though. The worst
Really?
part. Yeah. The masks just make it. I don't know. I just don't like it a lot. So I'd probably
What
go.
don't you like about masks?
What's up?
What don't you like about masks?
It's just
It's just
uncomfortable.
annoying.
What is there to like?
Yeah.
There's nothing too
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah. That's a good word to put it.
But I would say probably elementary school, just cause I was a kid. Nothing mattered. Those tests.
Actually, man, those no homework Fridays, yeah, I missed them.
No homework
Oh, yeah,
Fridays. Sure, there were reading logs, but you just had to write the date and just get your mom to sign it, and then you were done. And then the food was better. We already talked about that. Elementary school just had it all going the right way. Lawrence,
Yeah.
how about you? Have an answer?
No, I would definitely have to say high school as well. You're right. Masks do suck, and I have to say that my favorite experience from high school was when I was in 9th grade, and it was Spirit Week, and it was Wild West Day or something like that. So me, as a freshman, and I think one of my friends who was a junior, who's in college now, I brought this weird fuzzy blue leopard print cowboy hat. Looked more like a pimp hat. So we got, and I was dressed in khakis and a cowboy shirt. I forget, I don't remember what that word was.
Yeah.
And we got bananas, and I think I still have the video. We did a Mexican standoff, 10 paces, turn around, and then fire the banana, and I lost.
Wait, what does that even mean? Did you throw the banana?
No, I just lost.
Interesting.
All right.
It's like one of those cartoons where you squeeze the banana shoots out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, we always have our guest end the podcast up by having, I guess, the final message. So yeah, go ahead, Lawrence. Anything you want to say? If you want to plug anything, plug it in. Anything you want.
All right. It's been nice. Follow Syosset Fencing on Instagram, and thank you for watching the DMT show.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank
you for coming.
Yeah, thank you again for coming on. Thank you to everyone watching. And yeah, next week we'll see you guys again. Bye, everybody.